the flower that was fading. Have you ever heard that flowers can smile too? Ashvi and Prisha discovered this on a night when they learned that every flower in their backyard garden holds a tiny little heartbeat inside. Ashvi was 7 years old and her little sister Prisha was 4. It was evening and the golden rays of the setting sun were falling on the roses in the garden. The two sisters were sitting near their favorite spot, the flower swing in the corner of the garden. Didi, look how beautiful these flowers look today. Prisha pointed toward a cluster of roses. Yes, they are glowing brighter than ever today, Ashvi said in surprise. Just then a sweet bell-like sound rang through the air. Both sisters turned around, startled. A golden pink glow was emerging from a vine in the garden, and slowly, out of that glow, appeared a small carriage decorated with flowers, just like something out of a fairy tale, with golden wheels, loaded with roses, hydrangeas, and lavender blossoms. This feels like a dream. Prisha's eyes lit up. Sitting in the carriage was a beautiful fairy, wearing a shimmering purple and gold gown, her golden hair flowing, a purple flower tucked in her hair, and large glowing transparent wings on her back, just like a dragonfly's. Hello, I'm Gulabo, the fairy smiled. I am the flower fairy of this garden. Every year, when the moon is full and the roses bloom the most, I search for children whose hearts are as loving as flowers. Ashvi gathered her courage and asked, will you take us in your carriage too? Of course. Gulabo laughed and extended her hand. The two sisters jumped in excitedly. As soon as they sat down, the carriage lifted gently into the air and began flying above the garden. Wow! Prisha shouted with joy, feeling her hair flow in the wind. The carriage flew and flew until it reached a place that existed nowhere in the real world. A vast magical land of flowers, where roses, lilacs, and mountains of blue hydrangeas rose all around. Thousands of tiny glowing fairy lights floated in the air like fireflies, and in the distance a palace made entirely of flowers shimmered brightly. This whole world is made of flowers, Ashvi said in amazement. Gulabo explained, every flower here tells a story. But tonight there is a problem. The oldest and most special flower in the garden, the moon lotus, has begun to wilt. If it isn't touched by someone with true, loving hearts before the moon rises fully tonight, the entire garden's beauty will fade forever. We'll help, Prisha said at once, clenching her tiny fists. Ashvi took her sister's hand. Yes, let's go find it. The carriage flew again, weaving through a maze of flowers, sometimes through pink tunnels, sometimes past waterfalls of lilac blossoms. Along the way, they were guided by tiny firefly-like fairies who lit the path. Finally, they reached the edge of a quiet pond, where a large white lotus flower stood, its petals slowly wilting, its glow fading. Prisha ran up to it without hesitation and gently touched it with both hands. Don't be afraid, flower. We're your friends, she said lovingly. Ashvi bent down too and placed her hand over her sister's. Suddenly, a soft golden glow began to spread from the lotus petals. Slowly, the glow spread across the entire flower, and the lotus bloomed fresh and radiant once again. Tears of joy filled Gulabo's eyes. You both did it. True love is the greatest magic of all. The whole garden lit up with joy, the flowers began to hum, and the fairy lights danced through the air. Gulabo hugged both sisters. Now you must return home, but remember, whenever you love someone with a true heart, this garden will call you back. The carriage flew back, carrying the scent and glow of flowers through the air, and slowly landed in their own garden. As soon as they stepped down, the carriage vanished with a soft shimmer as if it had never been there at all. Didi, this will be our secret, right? Prisha asked, gripping her sister's hand tightly. Ashvi smiled and hugged her. Yes, just ours, the secret of the flower fairy carriage. That night, the two sisters kept looking out at the garden from their bedroom window, where the roses seemed to be blooming even more than before, as if they too were smiling. The end.
Bye! Don't forget to like this and hit the bell icon so you never miss our next magical story.